Welcome back to the Junior B Breakdown, your weekly stop for all the stories, highlights, and hockey talk around the NEAJBHL. I'm Dwayne Lotzhammer, joined always by the man who never met a rink burger he didn't like, Chet LeCheddar.
Hey, if it's on the rink menu, I'm doing the research, Dwayne. Somebody's got to keep track of the top concessions of the league. It's a public service.
You're really taking one for the team, buddy. But speaking about people putting in the work, we've got a great lineup this week.
That's right. We're kicking off episode 3 with an interview that you did with Harvey Smyl, the new head coach of the St. Paul Canadiens. He's got lots of experience and some great thoughts about what it takes to build a winning program.
And after that, we're debuting a brand new segment, The Rookie Report, where we shine a spotlight on a first-year player making an impact around the league. Our first guest is Cold Lake Ice forward Cody Pickowicz, who's wasting no time at finding the back of the net this season.
And of course, we'll wrap things up with our Around the League segment, breaking down the big games from the past week, top performers, and what matchups to keep an eye on heading into the weekend.
So, lace up those skates.
Drop the puck.
Here we go. Junior B Breakdown starts now. So, good evening, fans. We were actually in the Cold Lake Energy Center tonight with myself, Dwayne Lotzhammer. I actually got to meet up with Harvey, the head coach of the St. Paul Canadiens. They're in town tonight for a game against Cold Lake Ice. Welcome, Harvey.
Good to have me on. Thank you.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're trying to get out there, trying to make sure people are hearing, some stories, backgrounds of players and coaches and stuff like that. So how did you come about, starting to coach or get involved with St. Paul Canadiens?
Well, born and raised St. Paul, played my minor hockey there, played in this in the league, Junior B League up to here, and then I went on to play some Junior A and some college. After that, kind of went back into St. Paul and got coaching in St. Paul, and then furthered my career in the coaching field in the BC Hockey League for a number of years, and ended up coming back to St. Paul after being gone a number of years. And my brother is the general manager of the Canadiens, and Corey Demasak had stepped down this summer after many years of good, solid service for junior hockey in Alberta, the Junior B League. And Dean was looking for somebody and asked me to give it a try. So here I am.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, kind of the family blood runs deep in the Canadiens.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the hockey world in St. Paul, my brothers all played, and grandsons, nephews, nieces, all of them have played. So well connected in the St. Paul community in the hockey world.
No, for sure. So, looking at kind of your roster and stuff like that, it looks like you got a good young team here. Is it kind of, split down the middle, rookies, veterans, or you're kind of heavy one side or the other?
No, you know what? I think it's a real good split. I know Dean did most of the recruiting, and we've added a lot of new, younger guys, I guess you could say, and returned lots, and returned some veterans like Quinn Spock played in the league 2 years ago, put up some big numbers in this league, and then went on to play some Junior A last year and then returned this year. So pretty good mixture, but we're still in the learning curve situation. We got quite a few new kids, and then throw in a whole new coaching staff that just learning everybody. So we're still got some learning to do as a group.
No, for sure. And that it's going to take a little bit of time, but looking at it, I think you guys 2 games into it. This will be your 3rd game.
This is our 3rd game.
So kind of a 1-1 split, I think, is kind of how it went down. No, but that's, with any, team that's got a lot of good mixture of young blood, those guys will gel quickly, right?
Oh, yeah. As long as they're willing to learn and so on and so forth. And the other thing with us is we've had a lot of, I guess you could say, injuries at this point, where we haven't had our full roster yet, especially on the back end. I think we're missing 3 regulars back on the backside, right? So we've made some adjustments, and you look at our captain, Boyko will be playing defense tonight. He's normally a forward. Yeah. So we've made some adjustments back there, and we got some You still got some things to do on the backside.
No,
Well,
for sure.
some things to do everywhere, actually,
Yeah.
Dwayne.
Yeah. So yeah, like looking at that is like it looks like you have those veterans that can step into kind of any position, right? So that's going to help you out in the long run, right? So get those guys
Yeah.
healthy, get them back on the ice, and hopefully they're watching what those I don't want to call them two-way players, but they are playing a defense and an offense, so they are kind of a two-way player. But hopefully those guys that are injured and you're waiting to come back, they're watching, kind of learning the systems, and they can step right into your lineup, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of doing, like you say, it's because with new coaching, our systems are a little bit different than what they've had in the past. So watching and learning is important for
No,
sure at this point.
for sure. So, like I said, just it's start of the third week in the league here. Right off the giddy up, they had that kind of not a play down, just kind of a little play-in tournament at the beginning of the year. How'd you guys fare coming out of that weekend?
We played really well that weekend. We happened to win both, but that wasn't the important part of that weekend. For me, it was learning kids and names and positions and all those types of things. So I thought it was a real good thing for the league, though.
Yeah,
I think to get everybody in, you get a chance to watch, a game or two before, or at least one before and one after, so you can see what you're up against. Right now, I think there's really good parity in the league. I think there's some teams that look really good, and like I say, I think the parity is pretty solid to this point, anyways.
Yeah, no, we were talking to Keith, the president of the league there, last week, and he was saying how he's looking forward to carrying that on, and that's going to be kind of this year was kind of the start of it, and he'd like to see that carry on. So it's good for everyone to get their rookies and their young players out there, introduce them to the junior B, right?
Yeah.
See, this is what you're going to be playing up against, but also gives the coaches and GMs and stuff to see what the other teams are doing.
Absolutely, and like I say, we managed to play Vegreville last weekend. We won. However, Mark Chernuels will do a wonderful job there. Mark's, he's got the full roster. They work extremely hard.
Yeah.
When you have good work habits in junior hockey, you can win a lot of games.
Yeah, no, we actually were able to talk to him early in the season when they came in the barn here, and that's what he said. He's only got 6 veteran returners, so he's got a lot of young blood. But with that game they played against the ice here, they didn't give up.
Yeah,
right?
they work hard.
Yeah,
and that when you work hard like that, you're only going to improve, boy.
It's going to come.
Yeah, so. Absolutely.
Perfect. So after got 2 games under our belts, any players that have kind of caught your eye that are kind of standing out? I know you said Speck is back with you guys.
Yeah.
Watching, I didn't get to watch him, but watching the box score, because we can't make it to every barn, but he's he's putting up points.
Yeah, he's really gifted offensively. He sees it well, uses everybody. He's just one of those real quiet leaders. So yeah, he's putting up good numbers at this point, and as long as he stays healthy, he should have a good year.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anybody, any other names there that kind of caught your eye that were kind of we're just feeling out the team, but these guys are actually driving the team a little bit.
Yeah, well, Spock plays with Jace Lassard, very gifted, fast, good skill, can beat you one-on-one quite easily. He's really played well so far. Jacob Leroux, defenseman. He missed the early in the year away at work, but he's been back with us last couple. Just noticed a difference in practice. He's a leader with good work habits, solid defensively, and competes. He's been a real pleasant addition coming back from work, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, and he's got a couple years in the league, so he'll be a key player for us.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, you got a rookie goaltender and a veteran goaltender, kind of.
Yeah, we do. Addison Crew will be playing tonight. He's new with us, so played last weekend in Vegreville, played very well, so he'll get the start tonight.
Okay, perfect. Well, Coach, it's great to have you. Glad you could come in and give me a couple minutes of your time and give us some insight to the St. Paul Canadiens. I'm hoping that we can make it down to St. Paul maybe one of these times, catch one of your players, maybe captain, assistant captain, a goalie before or after a game, whatever works for you, so we can get some sound bites from them. But appreciate your time, Harvey.
Great. Thanks for having me on, and anything we can do to help, we're about trying to help too.
All right. Perfect.
Okay, great.
Thanks. welcome to segment 2 of episode 3. Chet kind of up and left us here. I'm hoping, is he at the concession stand again? He must be at the concession stand. Anyways, I'm here with Cody Pickowicz, one of the rookies for the Cold Lake Ice. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Cody, being a rookie and just kind of getting your name out there, kind of let people know, where you played your, I guess we'll call it minor hockey, and where you're from. Just kind of give us a little background on who you are.
Yeah, for sure. I'm from Pierceland, so I started playing there, and then I went to Bonnyville and played in Lakeland for a few years. And then my second year, U15, I went to Lloyd, and I've been there until now, and then I came here for my third year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So working through, so you played with the Pierceland. What's the organization there?
Panthers. Yeah.
Panthers there, and then went to Bonnyville, played with the Lakeland Panthers.
Yeah.
So which years were you there for?
My first year was U13, first year,
Yeah.
AA. Yeah.
And then you said you transferred into Lloyd. And what are they? Sorry, I'm from Tabor, so I don't really know what the team's called down in Lloyd.
It was the Bobcats, and then they ended up rebranding, I think 2 years ago. The
Okay.
Lancers now. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And how'd it go in Lloyd?
Not great. Pretty much every year we weren't great. Like 10 wins every year, pretty much. 1 year we had 4.
As long as you grew, right?
Yeah.
So, no, that's good. Coming into this season, not knowing I know that the Junior B and Cold Lake have been around, and, Pierceland's only 20, 30 minutes away. Were you able to kind of see yourself playing here as you're going through your minor, or what were you thinking?
Yeah, like when I grew up, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Then through when I was playing in Lloyd, I wasn't sure what I was going to do after Lloyd, and then, yeah, ended up just coming here.
So, coming into this atmosphere of, junior hockey now, what is some of the main differences you've kind of noticed between, minor and major?
Yeah, I think physicality is a big thing. Like there's a lot of way bigger guys out here.
Yeah.
So that's definitely different, but just got to adjust little things like that.
No, you're a pretty speedy guy. Been able to catch a couple games that you're in. Heck of a shot on you, in tight.
Yeah.
I've seen you put it upstairs a couple times there. Actually, we were talking about the game against St. Paul, where you got 2 goals there. I think you got a couple the weekend before, and so you got a couple points. I think you're actually leading the ice in points right now. Tied for first with Mr. Whaley, maybe.
Yeah.
So
something like that. Yeah.
So being a rookie, how's that feel?
Oh yeah, it feels great. Yeah, just got to keep going.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Just being a rookie and contributing to seeing what this team is capable of. Kind of had some up and down so far this season, right? So kind of that first game down, I think it was Vermilion.
Yeah.
Kind of went in there and kind of laid an egg, and then you guys got your legs underneath you the rest of the weekend, getting 2 more wins, and then you come out and have a spirited game against St. Paul. And then what kind of happened Saturday?
Saturday, well, I played the first, then my shoulder started bugging me, but I don't know, it just fell apart, penalties and whatnot. But, yeah.
So, go back to some more kind of experiences for you. What was it like walking into that ice dressing room for the first time and seeing your name on one of the stalls and, picking up that jersey?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The facility here is sick. The room's cool. I thought ice was really cool growing up too. So it was definitely awesome to see that.
Okay. So we'll give you a couple of questions kind of off talent. What do you do in your off time? Do you play other sports? Do you just hang with friends? What do you do?
Yeah, I like to skidoo and quad. A little bit into hunting.
Yeah.
I did play baseball, but not anymore.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay, and just going to school still right now?
Yeah, I'm going to Pierceland right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I keep bringing up that you're a rookie and coming on this team, but was there goals that you kind of set once you made the team that okay, I want to be a contributor assist wise, or I'm just going to be one of those players that's going to bring the rest of my team with me, or what kind of goals do you have set?
Yeah, I thought for sure that I've got to be more of a skills guy on this team, as I'm not big and this is a bigger league. So that was one of the main things I was kind of thinking. But Other than that, not much. Yeah.
And one more question there. So you mentioned size difference in this league. Have you came up against any monsters that you're kind of keeping an eye out for when you're on the ice?
Yeah, a little bit. Like Labant on St. Paul's pretty big.
Yeah.
But other than that, or maybe Anderson on Vermilion too.
Some big bodies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So got to make sure you keep your speed up and
Yeah.
watch out for them, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to finish off this interview with a little we'll finish off the rookie report with a little rapid fire with Cody Pickowicz. So, Cody, question 1, tape job on the twig.
White sock right now.
White sock?
Yeah.
Right? And from toe to heel or
all the way
heel
up.
to toe?
Heel to toe right now.
Heel to toe?
Yeah.
Pre-game meal.
Kind of whatever my mom makes me. I don't know. Usually pasta or something.
You want to shout out to mom?
Yeah. Shout out to my mom.
No, for sure. Dream line mate. If you could play with anybody right now, whether it's, pro, semi-pro, one of your buddies from back home, who's your dream line mate?
I should say Leon Draisaitl probably. It would be sick to play with Draisaitl.
No, that would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
So, worst chirp you've heard so far in your junior B career?
I don't think I've heard any chirps yet. I don't know.
How about this one? Biggest butte on the Cold Lake ice?
I'll have to go with Carter Breen.
Carter Breen, and why?
He's just a funny guy. I don't know. He
Nope.
just likes to joke around. He's always messing with me.
Perfect. So, I know there's kind of a tradition in the junior B. Like, who is your veteran this year?
Colton LaCourcier.
And how's that going?
It's been pretty good. I don't know. He treats me good.
And I hear there's a little rookie karaoke.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet.
Oh, so what's your song?
I don't know yet. Whatever he picks for me, I think.
Okay, so it's a kind of a secret and kind of a
he
little
hasn't told
pressure.
me. Yeah.
Okay, if you could score any goal, would it be overtime, shorthanded, game to win a series? What would be your go-to? What would you want?
Yeah, I think a game winner in a series, maybe even overtime, would be pretty sick.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is Dwayne Lotzhammer. Chet's still getting French fries way over there. And I'm glad that, we can sit down with you, Cody, get your name out there, kind of see what you like to do.
Yeah.
And this has been the Rookie Report.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cody.
Thank you.
Well, here we are, Chet. Everybody's favorite section of the show. Junior B breakdown, looking at all the games from the past week, from week 3.
Yeah, got a kind of a neutral place. We're kind of in the Cold Lake Energy Center here, taking in a practice just before we get to talk to some of our young guns there from the ice. But no, it's looking forward to breaking down the games from last week.
Kind of a unique position that we're in here, that we get to be watching a practice and talking to some players tonight, and then having all the sounds of a hockey practice in the background. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Where are we starting tonight?
So we're going to go down to Vegreville Recreation Center, where the Bisons took on the Vegreville Rangers on Friday, October 3rd. Looking at the game score there, it looks like Wainwright hopped out to a 2-0 lead going into the second period when Lucas Myshirka.
No, Mashaniak.
Mashaniak?
Yeah, Mashaniak.
Sorry, Mr. Mashaniak, if I butchered your name there, but it looks like you were able to pot a goal there. So the Veg Rangers got back on the board there in the second period, down 2-1 when Mason Ganser made it 3-1 for the Wainwright Bisons. And then it looks like they just kind of put it in cruise control into the third period, where Riker Singer kind of iced it away.
Yeah, if you look at first and second period, not a lot of penalties between. Looks like it was good hockey. It was a close game.
Pretty tame. It looks like maybe, 7 penalties altogether, maybe 8. Nice, tight game. It looks like, looking at that score, it's not what we've seen from Vegreville in the first couple weeks, it looks like they might be getting their stride underneath them.
Yeah, definitely 4-1 is much closer than some of their games have been previously, which just also shows, Andrew Bizarre, the rest of the team starting to gel a bit. And just like Coach said, it's going to take some time to develop, but it's great to see they're getting their stride.
Yeah, and it looks like the goaltender for the evening for Vegreville, he was shelled, but it looks like he kept him in there.
In 51 shots, he got peppered. So,
Andrew, great job keeping it close there.
Standing up. All right, let's move on.
Where we hop into our second game here, Chet. We're actually back in the Cold Lake Energy Center, where hometown Cold Lake Ice faced off against the St. Paul Canadiens. I actually was able to be in the building for this game. It was actually a very spirited game. St. Paul actually went out to a 2-0 lead. And then the second, kind of halfway through the second, Cold Lake decided they wanted to play, and Cody Pickowicz brought them back into the game with scoring 2 goals going into the third, where Brett Gascoigne kind of iced it for him there with less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, it looks like it was being close. I mean, it's good that it means the league's competitive. These two teams are fairly even match. I know it's a great rivalry from St. Paul all the way to Cold Lake, and when Cold Lake has to go back there coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, this Friday they're back in St. Paul facing the same Canadiens. The fireworks in the third period, though. Oof,
yeah,
it was a parade to the penalty box.
I don't have enough room on my screen here with all of this.
Yeah, I think the penalties were up above 130 combined for both teams. So, it got heated there. It was a close battle the whole game through. Both teams never gave up. You could see from that third period of the penalties and stuff like that, each team trying to get that one up on each other so that they could try to ice that. But the Ice come out with a 3-2 victory in that game.
Something like 10 misconducts.
Yeah,
that game misconducts.
Yeah, it was
pretty rough.
It was an exciting game to watch, though, as a fan.
Yeah, well, that's why a lot of times we come and watch Junior B, because it's peppy and it's people are putting their heart into it every shift. So got to defend. Plus, you got to defend each other's honor.
Exactly. Yeah, like you said before, just when we started this one, is that rivalry goes deep. It goes back into the playoffs from last year and kind of built up. And I think both teams are ready for this Friday's game.
Yeah, I'm heading into Edmonton this Friday, so maybe I'll pop in and see how the game is, and maybe do another Putin review. Get a Putin review there in St. Paul.
So the third game of the Friday night there sees action happen down in the Killam Memorial Arena. Ever been there, Chet?
No, but I'm hoping to in the near future.
It is a small, compact barn. Seems like the fans are right on top of you. It's an exciting place to play.
Well, it looks like Vermilion was out to a good start there. Potting a couple goals in the first, followed by Killam responding there with a couple in the second, and then I think the floodgates opened a bit there from Vermilion, and in the end it was a 7-4 victory for Vermilion over the Wheat Kings.
Yeah, you betcha. Going into that third period, it was only a 2-2 game, but then, like you mentioned, the Vermilion Tigers just kind of slowly ticked away goal after goal after goal and building themselves a 3-goal lead there and taking that win 7-4.
Yeah, and I think the story from that is if you look at the last 3 goals there for the Tigers, power play goal, power play goal, power play goal. That's something that maybe coach will be wanting to talk to the players about, just with Killam, just about discipline in the third period, because they were in it right till they got a bunch of penalties in the last 10 minutes there of the game.
Yeah, and looking at the line there for all the penalties, another spirited game there in the Junior B where everyone's trying to get that one little leg up and get the advantage on the other player, and it just didn't work.
Well, it looks like penalties were the difference maker in that game. Let's move on to our first Saturday game, and that was Lloyd visiting the St. Paul Canadiens.
So the Lloyd Bandits roll into the Clancy Richard there, going out to a 2-0 lead after one, and then actually going up 4 before the start of the third, where the Canadiens finally got one from Mason Boyko or Benko. We'll say.
Benko, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Lloyd potting a 5th one, and then ex Cold Lake Ice player Jaeger Fontaine kind of just putting one in there with the last minute and making it a 5-2 victory for the Lloyd Bandits.
Yeah, so let's take a look at winning goaltender here. Just scrolling down to the score line. Shea Stewart with the W. 30 shots on net. Great job. 28 saves. 933. That's pretty darn good.
That's pretty good save sense for that there. Also, again, you're looking at the second and third period. Both teams trying to keep the momentum going, it looks like. But again, another parade to the penalty box. And in the end, if you look at that, St. Paul took a couple timely ones, I'd say, there in the second and third period that kind of helped Lloyd to that 5-2 victory. The last game of Saturday was not exactly, I don't think, the way Coach Hood wanted things to go there up in the Cold Lake Energy Center when the Wainwright Bisons came to town.
Yeah, 7:30 puck drop. Bisons rolled in, and they rolled indeed.
They did. They were coming in, I believe, 1-1-1 at that point, standing wise, and Cold Lake was 3-1-0. So I think Cold Lake might have underestimated what was coming when the Bisons rolled into town. Shea Bolin started off the scoring really early. The crowd was in it.
And Shane seems to be doing that quite a bit this season already.
Yeah, getting those first goals.
Loves
right?
to get that first goal. Kudos to you, Shane.
But if you follow the game after that, it was Wainwright after Wainwright after Wainwright after Wainwright after Wainwright after Wainwright
Yikes.
after Wainwright.
Oh, Jonah Whaley
Oh, there you go.
got one in the second period.
Late in the second period, Jonah Whaley potted one. But again, like I was saying before, Wainwright after Wainwright after Wainwright. They kind of they outworked the ice in that game. Honestly, I was able to take this game in, and they put the hammer down and were taking advantage of a couple loose pucks. I know they had the rookie goaltender was in for the ice. So I'm just going to pick up his name here, right? So
Yeah, Nate Dallin. That's a pepperin.
yeah, so no mercy given by the Bisons. The Ice are probably looking to rebound here at the start of this next week 4. Come out strong against St. Paul, try to get their bus legs out from under them early and try to chase down that W and get back in that win column.
No Putin for them.
No Putin.
I was looking at the rest of the scoreline down here and just wanted to just point out for the Bisons, so many players had multi-point games. So I'm just going to give a shout out to some of those players there that had higher on the end of that. Brandon Glover had 4 points. Mason Ganser had 4. Riker Singer had 4. Had a whole slew of them that had 3. Always good to give a shout out to those that are feeding. It's always you're watching some other guy, score the goals, but you're the guy that sets them up all the time. Sometimes they're the unsung heroes. So Tanner Warenka, 3 apples. So just set up man all night. So good job, Tanner.
Yeah, it looks like about 13, 14 players contributed to that win there with points, but everybody else, contributing on and off the bench too as well, right? So good job by the Wainwright Bisons to come into Cold Lake and, kind of awe the crowd into, that 10-2 victory.
Yeah, I know that Scott will be having a chat with the boys this week. They were in early today at practice doing some video, and I know that they're going to come back a little bit. I'm sure they'll be coming back with a little bit different approach next time they meet the Bisons.
And we just got one more to kind of close out week 3 of your Junior B schedule. It was Killam going home to face the Vermilion Tigers at home.
What a difference. Hey, the next game being at home. There is something to be said in this league about having the home. There is distinct home advantages in these barns.
Well, totally opposite to what happened when they were down in Killam. Killam took advantage of their home barn, and now Vermilion hopped on the board and put up a goose egg against the Killam Wheat Kings. So Vermilion Tigers winning that one 6-0. You can't say that the other team was in it there the whole time with looking at the way the scoreline goes. 3 goals, even a shorty in the first period from Caden Anderson, right? And then Caden Davies kind of potting that third goal for the Tigers just before the period expired. So going with 3-0 into the second period, where Cash Capjack, on the power play, scored the fourth for the Vermilion Tigers, and then potted another one at the beginning of the third period to make it 5-0. And then Rylan Garner icing it away with a 6-0 win.
And Aiden Fox only faced 22 shots.
Yeah.
And also shout out to the setup man, Jackson Touton.
I believe if we go up to the leaders of the league,
yeah,
Jackson Touton leading with 10 points so far.
Way to go, Jackson.
Yep. Good job at the Vermilion Tigers for bouncing back in game 2 of the weekend against Killam.
Well, that's it for us. Thanks to Harvey Smyl and Cody Pickowicz for their interviews. Great to hear from you guys. And now
you have the Junior B Breakdown.